Well, good morning and welcome to the action here from Gilbert Park in California, which is central Trinidad. I greet you with the news that there's cricket. Guyana coming up against Barbados, and of course, we're right here to bring you all the action. Guyana winning the toss and making a good decision to field first. So with rain about, and one hopes that it stays away for the entirety of the game, which is asking a lot. It's a rainy season here in Trinidad. But at this point in time, we have play, and we are about to start. Guyana winning the toss, and anytime the element is wrong, it's always good to chase. It's never good to bat first. It's good conditions also to seam and swing the ball. So we're about ready to go. Fans just waiting. It's now 9:59. It's a couple seconds away from 10 o'clock. So just waiting, and we're off and running. First delivery, and that's right on spot. Pushed up on the offside. Watched very closely on that occasion there by Tiani Herbert Myers. It's Trisha Hardat from the northern end. The first run. Did it come off the bat? We wait to see. Zania Bruce comes in to face her first delivery. Left-handed batter. So they're starting with a slip. There's a strong wind that'll be blowing across Bruce. Pitched up, push back. And there is no run. So it's good that the action has finally gotten underway in Central. There were two other games started during the last week in Central at the National Cricket Centre in Puva, and because of the heavy rain, play was not possible. So this is just about 7 to 10 minutes down the road to the west of the National Cricket Centre. It's a lovely venue here. As you can see, cars speeding along the Southern Main Road. So this venue has produced a number of... Oh, bowled! She's bowled! Another full pitch delivery, and you have to credit Haradat for that. She was never short so far in this over. All her deliveries was pitched right up, and we will have another look at that. I think it passed her on the full though, and you feel it for the youngster Bruce. Has produced a number of... Oh, bowled! She's bowled! Another full pitch delivery, and she played all over it. And Barbados, they've lost their first wicket with just a run on the board. Young Bruce has to leave, unfortunately, but you know it's growing pains. She would learn early in the game, and normally when it's very early, you have players that are a bit lead-footed. They're not moving their feet as they should, and you would see there she didn't push out as she should have done, and lost her wicket. There's a very strong wind here at the moment as well, and the bales go tumbling down. Cumberbatch, Nigel Cumberbatch. She has one of the bale, and in the Shivnarine Chandapal style, takes her mark. So Guyana, a tough outfit, the Guyana outfit. Again, pitch right up, almost over pitched. Moved to be on the onside, and there is no run. The first over comes to an end, and at the end of the first over, the score is 1-1. From the southern end, and first delivery signaled wide by umpire Rajkumar. Now, Durant will have to be very careful. As I had mentioned before, there's a very strong wind blowing from the eastern side of this ground. So she'll have to control it. She'll probably have to start middle and leg. Starting even fourth stump will push it even wider. Like that. So this is a lovely facility here. Would have produced a number of fine cricketers for Trinidad and Tobago in the past. David Moran Dial comes to mind, David Mohammed, Richard Siu Chan, Rajendra Mangali, Roland Sampat, all who would have gone on to play for Trinidad and Tobago, Dennis Rampasad, Avidesh Samaru. All these guys would have played a lot of their cricket here at this venue for Caroni Wanderers. This is driven nicely through the offside, and Myers there just using her a good reach to good effect, pushing out, coming forward and driving. So a very good morning to Philo Wallace, the former Barbados opener. Well, that's a good delivery. That's an excellent delivery. Starting on off stump, moving away. How much they're pushing at it. She wouldn't die wandering. She's looking to drive. She has to be careful. I think there is probably value in putting in a second slip from this end. The ball is swinging prodigiously. So Durant has learned pretty quickly. She's coming a bit straighter. That's to negate the excessive outswing. So it's 4 for 1 at the moment, and it's of course been a 35 over encounter. Short, pulled away. That's a lovely shot. And that will run away very close to the boundary. Will it get there? It holds up. Remember, the outfield is a bit heavy because of the rains that we've had during the week, and they're able to come back for 2. But it was a good shot. It was short, and there was Cumberbatch onto it in a flash, pulling it through mid-wicket. Eagle-eyed there, Cumberbatch on that occasion. Full toss this time, worked away again in the same direction. And you're gonna, well, there was Cumberbatch losing her bat and just couldn't go back for the second run. At the end of the over, at the end of it, the score is 7-1. Over number 3 now, delivery outside the off stump. Cumberbatch not going into the shot, pulling away and then trying to push it through the offside. Now she will have to be careful on this end because the ball will be coming back into her. Because of the pace of these young girls, the pace at which they bowl, the ball hangs in the air. So once it's a strong wind, it's going to go in the direction of the wind, as you're seeing there.
The ball hangs in the air, so once it's a strong wind, it's going to go in the direction of the wind, as you're seeing there.
So this is much better. Should be coming back for 2 here, and she gets in nicely.
So this is much better.
As you can see, she went across the stumps,
Should be coming
got
back
into
for
the
2
shot,
here.
back and across. Ooh, this one keeps low. Runs down to third man.
Ooh, this one keeps low. Runs down to third man.
Good delivery there by Harriet, coming back in again, down behind square. So the ball is also keeping a bit low. There is some moisture in the trap. End of over number 3, the score is 11-1. Wicket time, and that was what they were looking for from Durant. Durant running in from the southern end, and that one, look at that, moved. She started straight, the ball still struck middle and off.
Wicket
Started left,
time.
but pushing at it, throwing at it, not really coming nicely forward. That's the second wicket to fall.
time.
First delivery worked away through the onside. Looking for one, it's not there. Start calendar. New batter. Top period of consolidation is what's needed here right now by the Barbadians. In the air, just over middle off. And they're gonna go back for two, looking for two. There's a chance for run out, but the throw was poor, and it's all happening out there at the moment. Bit of panic by the Barbadians. Big boy tanker in the back, just stopping the dick in the action. That back of a length by Durant. Durant has started well, as well as Harder from the other end. And at this point in time, Guyana are large and in charge here. Oh, that's excellent. Well bowled, well played as well. Run. Come the leg side, hoik away. Run is here. Combat is looking good. One thing about Combat, she is going out there, she looks very positive indeed. But with just what the Barbadians need at this point in time. End of the over, the end of 4. It's 14 for 2. We are being purple behind. Not out since the umpire. Again, nice full delivery there from Harder. Harder. Right outside the off stop, signal wide. Well, that's well played. Calendar coming nicely forward, pushing it away on the outside. Right behind it. She looks technically good. Calendar. Well, that's a full toss, pulled away. straight to mid on. Ooh, chance to run out and then on strikers then. Yeah, but coming back just back. Better, much better there from her. That previous delivery being a full toss. She was lucky to have gotten away with that. So delivery. Again, another appeal. Not on. Says the umpire. Back it in the strong bowler. That would have been the strong that the umpire would have played. So that will come to an end at the end of 5 is 50 for 2. Well, Crystal Durant is going to continue. Here she is now. Short. Punched away nicely by Cumberbatch. So both Cumberbatch and Calendar have looked good. But it's 15 for 2. They need to bat long here. 35 overs is a lot of overs. 5 gone. Still 30 remain. And they will find that as they bat, it becomes easier. The wicket is going to dry out a bit as well. There is some moisture on it. The ball is going to come on nicely onto the bat. This is a ground that normally favors the batsman. That's the first boundary. The badly line delivery there by Durant, and that's 4. $19 for 2. Better. Again, well played. Standing up nicely. Pushing down the ground. I really like the look of Cumberbatch. There's a bit of calm about her. And she's always ready to pounce on anything that is offline or off length. That one a bit too close though. She was trying to force it through the offside. Oh my, one hopes that she's okay. Durant looking to field against her own bowling. Rajkumar just there to ensure that she's okay. And I think they're going to call out. Well, the physio was running out. The stretcher, they were about to take the stretcher out. But I think the physio there found him and he's going to run out now. One hopes that she's okay. This is the 6th over. The score 19 for 2. Durant is getting some attention. She seems to be back up on her feet. Will she be able to continue the over? Still a delivery to go. Seems to have turned over her ankle. Durant showing that she's tough. So she's going to continue. So she finishes the over. She still hobbles away, and she might well be coming off for some further treatment at the end of over number 6. It's a 19 for 2 here at Gilbert Park. Pushing out. That one going a bit uppishly. That's figures. 1 for 6. She's in her 4th over. Again, right on spot. Tight bowling here by Haradat. She's really bowled to a plan here, Haradat. In the air, trouble here, and the catch taken. So, Palander just getting frustrated, not being able to score. She decided to release the pressure, but it was a wrong delivery to do that too, and she has to go. So, that's the 3rd wicket to fall. It's now 20 for 3. Haradat again. Excellent delivery. She continues to bowl really well. So Haradat, 2 for 6. They can't ask. Guyana couldn't ask for anything more. Struck on the pad by a Vicky. Says not out. So 20 for 3 at the end of over number 7. spin for the first time this morning. The injured Durant is off, and Daniel Mans comes in. So let's see how she goes. The leg spinner. Driven down the ground, and the catch taken. So that's four. 4 wickets down now. 20 for 4. Yeah, at the moment. Only Brathwaite comes in now. Daniel Mans striking in his first over. And he's here looking like a well-oiled unit. Mans to continue. Flat. And a no ball signal because the ball would have bounced twice before it reached Brathwaite. Free hit coming up. Mans, that one just sticking in her hand. The ball on that occasion sticking in her fingers. So she was able to pull it down. Better. Alicia Bowman and Ebony Brathwaite out. 2 new batters out there at the moment. Short, driven nicely, that's 4. It beats the infield and into the boundary for 4. So Brathwaite is off and running. It was a bit wide, and she was able to take her hands through the shot. So the ball is a bit wet. It's going to be difficult for Mans to grip it. But with the leg spinner in, there's a possibility of wickets, which she took already. But also, that's another no ball because it bounced twice. No run. So a free hit will be coming up now. So Mans struggling with the ball sticking in her hands. Still short, but it's in the air. Could the catch be completed? Misjudged. And there was the fielder running in too far and having to run back. It's the second time that she has misjudged this morning. So she has put down 2 catches, 2 possible catches. Not judging it well when it's in the air. And it brings over number 8 and then 29 for the loss of 4. Number 9 in progress. This is power down the ground. A misfield. Struck very firmly there by Brathwaite. So Ebony Brathwaite looks like she wants to get on with it. 9 of 8. So there's a change in the field. So it's the same field that had put down 2 catches that ended up misfielding. So they have now moved her from that position of mid-on. And this is struck straight down the ground. That's a lovely shot. Should go all the way. In fact, pulled back inches. And they get 2. Ebony Brathwaite is leading a fight back here. She's attacking at the moment. Down the leg side. Haradat getting a 5th over here. Probably tiring a bit, Haradat. Vicky signals wide. Full toss. Hasn't been the best effort this over here from Haradat. 2 for 12. Just giving away 5 runs in this over. Much better. So Trisha Haradat taking 5 overs at the top. Of course, in this 35 over encounter, each bowler is allowed 7 overs, sorry. She's taking, struck at the pad, going down the leg. End of the over, end of 5. Haradat 2 wickets so far. We've had a wicket to Mans and 1 to Durant, and Barbados finds himself in a spot about a 35 for 4. So let me Mans to continue from the southern end. It's a good delivery. In fact, asks the question, not out, says the umpire. Right back on spot here, so Mans has found her spot. Let's see, Brathwaite doesn't like to be kept quiet at all for any period of time. Driving. Could come back over here by Mans. She went for 9 in her first over, including 2 no balls. No balls via the ball bouncing twice before reaching the batter. So this time she's back. There's a chance here for a run out, but a poor throw. Guyana could have easily gotten their fifth wicket there. The fielder rushed in. She was first slow to attack the ball, and then the throw was high, and she was very close. Bowman, another no ball. Ball bouncing twice. Alicia Bowman has faced 7 deliveries, yet to score. Time it's in the air, and again a poor bit of fielding leads to a boundary. So Bowman is off and running, and that's 4. So it's the end of the over. 41 for 4 after 10. So 41 for 4 at the moment. Mans 2 was 1 for 15. Now Harriet has had 5 overs on the trot, 2 for 12, so they will give her a break. Let's see who comes in now from the northern end. So it's more pace. Full toss. Swung away, signal no ball. Full over the waistline. So umpire Vicky signals the no ball, and the free hit will be coming up. Isaacs. Ball in the air, dropping short of the fielder and spinning away. Barbados allowed to come back for 2. So Bowman getting into the act now, taking her lead from Ebony Brathwaite, who has been really good for her 13 or 15 deliveries. Tia Isaacs from the northern end. So it comes back in, worked away down to mid wicket. No run. Otherwise, the extras have been a lot here today. Current run rate 4.45, so it's not bad, but the Barbadians have lost 4 wickets. So the weather's held nicely here. Seems as if we're gonna have a good day's play. Down to next side, that one hitting. The end of Isaac's first over, and at the end of 11, it's 47 for 4. Pushed away for 2. So Daniel Mans in her third over. The full toss, pulled away, down through mid wicket, runs here. Only a single though, that should have been 2. Bowman and Brathwaite both into double figures now. Barbados would like what they're seeing here. Kind of be looking to see if they can get a breakthrough to stop these two. Short. She would have wanted to have played that through the onside. She backed away, and all she could have done is pushed it on the off. It was short. And short. That she should be pulling this here, Bowman. Oh, a chance for stumping. Keeper was a bit slow on that occasion. But man should have gotten a second wicket there. So the wicketkeeper, she would learn as time goes along. Bit slow on the draw. Getting short this time. She gets it through the onside. Oh, just a single. So it's the end of 12. At the end of 12, the score is 53 for 4. And we take a short break as the players take a break for drinks. So we're back here, and this is forced away through the offside. No run. Tia Isaacs continuing from the northern of KFC end. So this ground is smack in the middle of the industrial area here in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of oil and gas facilities around. Struck on the full. Probably an inside edge. Pia Vicky is unmoved. Again, flashing, missing. Worked away through mid wicket, runs here. And short, forced away through mid wicket. This is going to go into the boundary now for 4. Very good shot by Brathwaite.
And short, forced away through mid wicket. This is going to go into the boundary now for 4.
Sampaz is trying to get the scorer's attention. 58 for 4. It's a nice partnership being forged between these two here. 13 gone, 59 for 4. We've got Trisha Howard at 2 for 12. Crystal Durant 1 for 13, and Daniel Emans 1 for 21. Doesn't reflect how well she is bowled. She should have at least had another. So new bowler. Seems to be Bikram. Left arm orthodox. Swung away. And did that go all the way for 6? It's the first 6 of the day. Struck away by Brathwaite. There's a short delivery there by Bikram. It just stood up.
Swung away. And did that go all the way for 6?
To the southern main road.
It's the first.
Brathwaite 25 of 22. She's really looking good. Struck on the pad. Deleted call. Deleted appeal. Not out, says umpire Raj Kumar. Oh, it's a full toss. And Rick Ram lucky to have gotten away with that. They're coming back for two. Rick Ram can't effect the run out. So the Barbadians here are really doing well at the moment. They've recovered through this partnership at 1.26 for 4. Guyana tested here at the moment. Oh, this is struck away, and that's a mighty hit. That's into the stands here. The fans go ducking as Ebony Brathwaite picks up her second 6. Mans being struck for her first 6. Vikram was struck for her 6 in the last over. 78 for 4 at the moment. Bowman and Brathwaite bringing Barbados right back into this encounter here. Down the leg side. Let's wait on umpire Vicky. Vicky signals a low ball. Free hit coming up. This is in the air. They're running back. Just out of the reach of Mans. just over the field, that backward square. So the luck not really going with Guyana as well. Oh, that'll be a no ball. Pulled away. Magnificent shot for 4. So the free hit will be coming up. That was a full pitch delivery and struck away powerfully there by Ebony Brathwaite. She's looking a cut above the rest here. Barbados lucky to have Brathwaite here at this point in time. Again, another full pitch delivery. That was a free hit. That's losing her shape, not being able to put it away. And at the end of over number 15, it's a score that the Australians don't particularly like. 87 for 4. Good fight back here between these two. Brathwaite, just a 33 deliveries for her 40, 3 fours and 2 sixes. Short, and that's pulled away for 4. There's no stopping Brathwaite at the moment. She's on 44. Crystal Durant back into the attack. Oh, whipped away nicely. There is protection down there. And the Mans is able to stop it. In the meantime, they come back for 2. True mid wicket runs here. Bradford should be going back for 2. It's running close to the boundary. So Emily Brathwaite, you can see her tiring a bit though. She has really led the fight back here for Barbados. She's now on 48, just 2 short of a half century. And this is a 76 run partnership. Remember at one stage they were 20 for 4. Guyana really letting the cat out of the bag here. Traffic playing across the line, end of the over, 16 gone, 96 for 4. One more brings Brathwaite on strike, and she is short of just 2 short of a half century. It's in the air, and she's gone, throwing it away. The Isaacs get the wicket, and there goes the Brathwaite for 48. After batting so well, she plays a bit of a tired shot and has to go. So Guyana strikes after a 77 run partnership for the 5th wicket, and it's the end of Brathwaite. Wood slashes this down behind point. They're gonna come back for 2 here. Wood wants 2. She's sent back. That should have been 2, but I think Alicia Bowman is a bit winded at the moment. One more. Ken looking to play through the offside, was very close to her. 17 gone, 99 for 5, and the big wicket of Brathwaite for 45 fell in that over, 48, sorry. Daniel Mann's taking the catch and giving Isaacs her first wicket. Change of bowling from the southern end now. Williams is going to take up the attack. That kind of looks to push further, make further inroads here after the wicket of Brathwaite. Williams just starts with the wide, a loosener, and that brings the score to the 100 run mark in over number 18. We're back for 2 here. She's in trouble. And gone. Run out. So Wood. It's out. Run out. Let's have a look at that again. So that was the initial shot. Played away on the offside. Quick release. That was the difference there. And Wood found short. So 6 wickets down now for Barbados. Well, Wood, who was dismissed, is still down. She's receiving some treatment. Don't think she would need the stretcher anymore. They're going out with it. So Barbados at the moment, they have now lost 6 wickets. Players using the opportunity to take some refreshment. It's very hot out there. We will also take a short break. Williams to continue. 6 down. Oh, that's a full toss. And it's whipped away down behind square. Mans can't reach it into the boundary for 4. Williams just needing to settle here. Seems now that she's going to bowl some spin, is it? In the air! Williams accepts the catch, and that's the 7th wicket of all. Well, she caught her run and just decided to amble up just to control it. The previous delivery was a full toss, and a very soft dismissal for Elisha Bowman, who had played so well before for her 20, featuring in a 77-run partnership with Brathwaite for the 5th wicket. Barbados, they have now lost 3 wickets in the space of 6 runs. They're 105 for 7. First delivery outside the off stump, beaten. 105 for 7 here at the moment. 2 wickets have fallen in this over. Laureen Williams. Wide. That's well bowled. When she pitches, she is pitching well. So the end of the over, the end of it, we've had 18 gone. It's 107 for 6, 106 for 7. Sorry, Barbados. Tia Isaacs is going to continue from the northern end. She got the all-important wicket of Brathwaite. That has led to a slide here, with Barbados losing 3 wickets in the space of 6 runs. Dean back, watching the ball carefully onto her bat. Wide signal. Another wide, so runs coming via wides here at the moment. Isaacs will want to come a bit closer. Bowled, playing across the line. Isaac gets his 2nd wicket, and Dean, after facing 3 successive deliveries outside the off stump, she probably did not expect that one to be in line with the stumps, and she has to go. There it was. So 8 wickets have fallen now for Barbados. Collymore is the new batter going in. Look at this. Struck a back leg and went on to the stumps. 109 over 8. Make that 4 wickets in the space of 10 runs now. So that Barbados would have lost 4 wickets for 20 up front, and now 4 more for the addition of 9 after a 77-run partnership for the 5th wicket between Bowman and Brathwaite. An appeal, that one clearly going down the next side. Williams back into the attack now. So they're looking to finish off this innings, 109 for 8. Struck on the pad, on the back foot, probably just going down leg. So since cutting her run, Williams has been right on spot. Lauren Williams, 4 deliveries, no run yet. complete. And again, excellent over there from Williams. She's bowled 2-1 for 8. And at the end of 20 overs, it's 110 for the loss of 8, Barbados. Down the next side. Vicky, who has had a lot of work this morning in signaling the wides, has to signal wide again. So Guyana going for the kill here. They've brought Paradise back into the attack. So it gets away down the next side. More struggling here at the moment. 6 deliveries and she hasn't scored. So this over, no run off the bat yet. There's 3 wides. So 114 for 8. And Guyana would not want these two to have a stubborn partnership here. Seeley and Collymore. Full toss. End of the over. Collymore struggling. She's faced 10 deliveries, hasn't gotten off the mark just yet. And at the end of 21, it's 114 for 8. Way outside the off stump. Williams have been looking for that breakthrough here now. Collymore is on strike. Collymore yet to get off the mark. Driving. Can't get back to ball. Missing. End of the over at the end of it. 22-1, 117 for 8. Beaten, pushing at that one. Isaacs brought back into the attack from the northern end. 2 for 17. This is the 5th over. Not a wide. I think wides have really helped the Barbadians here today. Sabriel Headley, 2 of 17. So these two will be just looking to bat overs here. Stay out there, getting runs to the wides, getting the odd single. Another over comes to an end, and 23 gone, 118 for 8. Diving again and beaten. Collingwood just holding on. Looking to block up one end. 16 deliveries. Hasn't gotten off the mark just yet. Ooh, that one keeps low. But she was watchful. Got the bat down right on time. This is good bowling here from Crystal Durant. Slash and a miss. 18 deliveries. Collymore yet to get off the mark. Well, at least she's still out there. After Barbados lost 4 quick wickets at the top and then 4 quick wickets as they approached 100. And well pitched up. End of the over. After 24, there's a drinks break. We take a short break. 118 for 8 at the moment. It's down now, and it's Collymore. Is it? No, Collymore is still there. So, yep. So Collymore is probably joined by her sister. I'm guessing here at the moment. So we have the Korea Collymore and the Kyra Collymore out there at the moment. 9 down, 118. The Korea Collymore has faced 19 deliveries. Man with 2 wickets, looking for 3. And there is the Kyra Collymore coming forward. Barbados 118 for 9. Chance for out at the non-striker's end. The Korea reaches back. So Barbados in problems here, 118 for 9. Oh, struck on the pad, on the back leg. Umpire Vicky is unmoved. Ooh, that was some turn there, some serious turn. And 19 all out, 25 overs. So they have left 10 of their overs unused. And that's the situation here at Gilbert Park in California, Central Trinidad. The weather continues to hold fine. We will take a short break. We'll be back for the reply. Guyana shooting 120 to win this game. Barbados with a 19 all out in 25 overs. Near Wood of South. Guyana chasing 120. They are 2 without loss after 1. Without loss here at the moment. This is all face it back on the onside. On the leg side, and she didn't take over the chance to run out, but she gets in. got one that rushed over to her, and she was looking to pull it open because he rushed on to the top half of the bat and goes down to the middle one. So Guyana loses their first wicket to 7-1. Brianna Samaru. Appeal for stomping. Probably back leg planted. Again, tentatively pushing at that. 9 for 1 at the moment. This time she plays it through the onside. Seems to be strong on the onside. Gets it down to square leg. So that's one more, takes Guyana into double figures. They're 10 for 1. Just to remind you, the target is 120. That was a naughty shot there by Hicks. Let's have a look at that again. A little bit again, she would have been castled. Going across the line. In the air, and this is a catch that's completed. So Barbados celebrate as Cumberbatch continues to have a good day. After getting 48, she now has a wicket in her first over, and Guyana struggling at the moment. They're 10 for 2 in pursuit of 120. Again looking to play across the line. Hicks never inspired confidence while it's out there, and she'll want to go back and think about her approach, because 35 overs to get 120, there's no need to play rash shots, at least not so early in your innings. Get in, get the pace, get the bounce of the track, and then you look to play your shots. So Guyana, they've now lost Williams and Hicks. Driving down the ground, Williams here gets, in fact, that Samaru, she gets it over the head of mid-off and is able to come back for 2. Samaru will need to play a good hand here. Looking to go big that time. Misses all ends up. End of the over, is it? No, still a couple of deliveries to go. It's Dean. Again, no footwork, just pushing the bat at it. Head in the air, that's losing her shape as she's trying to crack this through the offside. umpire Vicky's unmoved. That seems to be going down the leg side. Another over comes to an end. 13 for 2 Guyana after 6. Come on, batch. New over. And that's well played there by Crystal Durant, the opening fast bowler. So Durant, something of an all-rounder. She's batting at number 4. Had a good game with the ball. Showing that she's an all-rounder as well after getting 48 when Barbados batted. That one was a bit slower, gripped a little more, had a little bounce. Driving in the air, knocked down at cover. Good bowling here from Match. Another good over. 7 gone. It's a run rate of 2 at the moment. Guyana, they're 14 for 2. There's a change from the northern end now. Dean is off. Back it's Dean continuing. Tossed up and she could have gotten herself in problems. Head in the air. Losing her shape as she tried to attack. There's a loud appeal. Vicky has been solid today. Definitely going down the leg side. Barbados continue to exact control. That was a maiden over. My Dean, who's bowled 4, was 1 for 7. Right back to her, just out of reach. Cover batch. Every time she's bowling, you think something is going to happen here. Pull away through mid wicket there. It's protection down there though for the shorter delivery like that one. It's very hot here in California at the moment. In the air, dropped. Again, just pushing at that. Not getting in line, Samaru. Samaru has been lead-footed. Look, just pushing at it. That should have been taken. Cumberbatch feels it. And I'm really struggling here now. 15 for 2. Quicker delivery, she was into it early. Almost preconceived shot there. And another over has come to an end. Umpire Rajkumar gives the young lady Brathwaite her shades. After 9, it's 16 for 2. Samaru, who's lived a charm life, she's gonna face. Driving in the air again. Myers. Tiani Myers taking up the attack. And loose outside the off stump. No footwork's not getting across to the ball. Transfer the weight onto it to drive. case you're wondering, that is not me crying there. That's a young kid passing close to the press box, and that should have been taken. Good effort though by Myers. So it's really happening out there. Look at this. Oh, Myers. End of the over at the end of 10. It's 16 for 2. Nye Cumberbatch, 3 overs, 1 for 5. Driving, just short. In fact, it's taken. Cumberbatch gets another, and it's 16 now for 3. So Guyana in some serious problems here. They've lost their 3rd wicket, and Cumberbatch gets her 2nd. What a star she has been today. Well taken, low down. So a single there now. Another wicket. So 4 down now for 17. Guyana in serious trouble here against Barbados. The Barbadians are jubilant. Look at that. And it's Cumberbatch, 3 for 6. What a player. It's Nye Cumberbatch. Again, so Samaru's luck finally running out as the catch has been completed. Samaru never looked confident while she was in there. So Barbados well and truly on top here at the moment. $18 for 5. Guyana had all sorts of problems here. Oh, that right here. Oh. Right. This no. So 18 for 5 at the moment. Guyana need a serious recovery job here. 3 for 7. Now he come back after getting 48. Wide signal. Myers 1 for 1. Oh, that's well bowled. Taking the inside edge. Barbados large and in charge here at the moment. 19 for 5 with a 101 required by Guyana. They have 23 overs to do it. Pull that away. Driving and gone. Picked out that short cover, and Guyana, they've lost their 6th wicket. They're 19 now for 6. Look at their jubilation out there. Myers had just completed an over, and look at that catch. Inches off the ground. Cumberbatch takes another. Nahi Cumberbatch has taken 4. Cumberbatch 4 for 7. The score is 20 for 6 at the moment. Pushed away. Bowled all over the shop. 20 for 7. Cumberbatch 5 for 7 now. She can do no wrong today. After getting 48 to rescue Barbados, she now has taken 5 wickets. Beautiful delivery. Well, if you thought Barbados struggled to get up to 119, Guyana has now lost 7 wickets, 5 falling to Anai Kamabach. And this is going to, from all indication here, it seems as if it's going to be a massive victory for Barbados. Nice loop on that one from Kamabach. Shawnette Belgrave goes out now. Kamabach. Ball all over the shop. And a hat trick here taken at the West Indies under 19 female championships. Nai Kamabach has taken a hat trick, and the Guyana are 20 for 8. She has now taken 6 for 7. So it's the first hat trick at this year's tournament. And all of Barbados would be very, very proud. I think all down in Oistins they will be celebrating. As look at that, getting some purchase from the track. She has taken a hat trick, and Barbados, they're cock-a-hoop at the moment. Guyana struggling here on 20 for 8. Nai Kamabach 6 for 7 after getting 48 early on today. And in that 6, this is the hat trick. That was the first wicket to fall in the hat trick. Jubilation all over the park. Kamabach. This, of course, was the second. Leg stump knocked out of the ground. And what about the hat-trick ball now? On a hat-trick. Yes, she was. And there it is. A hat-trick to Kamabach. The beaver trick saved there by Daniel Mans. Sienna Bakoi is on the non-strikers and looking at all the damage. And the Kamabach has a word with umpire Raj Kumar, as she has been an absolute star today for Barbados. 6 for 7. And Guyana, they're 20 for 8. Struck on the pad. Loud appeal there. Not out says the umpire. They're going to get a run. No one was paying attention to the ball. And the Guyanese pair, they're able to sneak a single. Driving and gone, stumped. Mans goes out stumped, 20 for 9. What is happening here at Gilbert Park? Myers gets another. Probably her feet was grounded on the line. Collymore does the job behind the stumps. And it's now 20 for 9. Guyana still need 100 runs with 1 wicket in hand. If they should get a victory here today, it'll be totally amazing. It seems as if Barbados are going to run away with this and run away at a canter. pushed away. 9 down. After this game, Guyana will have to go back to the drawing board. Looking to put that, it rushed on. So disappointing performance by the Guyanese. In the air, and that's it. Myers gets 3. 6 to Cumberbatch. Dean took 1. And that's it. Massive win here for the Barbadians. They have won this encounter by 98 runs here at the at the Gilbert Park Recreation Ground in California. And that's the match summary. No doubt the player of the match, none other than Cumberbatch. She scored 48 when Barbados is 119 all out. And in response, when Guyana batted, she grabbed 6 wickets for 7 runs, including a hat-trick. Congratulations to Barbados again. They have won this encounter, and they are very, very happy indeed. So, we got fantastic weather here at Couva, where no rain fell. We didn't lose a minute to the element, and that's great for this tournament. So, congratulations all the way around. There's Cumberbatch, a fantastic effort, an effort out of the top draw, so to speak, and Barbados, they are victorious. 6 for 7, including a hat-trick, in addition to the 48 that she scored. The Guyanese are now coming off, and commiserations to them. They would have fought, but today was Barbados' day. Guyana will have to go back to the drawing board and work on their game, as they have a short turnaround period because Tuesday they're back out at it. So that's the situation here at Gilbert Park in California. We want to say thank you for joining us today for coverage, and stay tuned as you continue to enjoy what is the next generation of women cricketers coming out of the Caribbean. Bye for now.